Okay, so now we've got it all out of the box, the WinWing collective and base and extension bar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the A2 part with the Allen key from the base, because we're going to attach the extension bar. We'll attach that later on. Use the extension cable to feed the cable through the extension. Tighten that up. We then feed that through the extension bar. Feed it through there. Then put the extension bar onto the base, like that. And use this fitting then to attach it onto the base. So now we've got the extension bar with the cable coming through is attached to the base, to the collective. Next thing we need to do is attach this part onto the base, which attaches with these 3 screws and the small Allen key. Simply screw in there like that. I suppose it's best to get them all fitted before you start tightening them. So we just tighten those 3 up. Next we attach the second part of the base using this smaller of the 2 bolts that come. Simply screws in here. Just tighten that. So that's now attached. So next I'm going to fit the grip onto the base. To do this we use the part that came originally fitted to the grip. We need to put it back onto the extension bar. We want to make sure that it's facing, the Allen key is facing out to the left and the little screw hole is facing backwards, because we're going to have to put another part on. So this is the way it gets fitted. If you see the grip. It's hard to see it there. So the little hole is facing backwards and the Allen key is facing to the left, because we need to fit another part on. So that can be tightened up with the Allen key. So now we have that part fitted on. We need to turn the base around so that the USB port is facing forward. We then fit the collective to the base using 2 bolts and washers. Simply just tighten them in. Finger tight. So you just finger tight. Allows adjustment on it. Like that. Next, the two wires connect together. There's a little groove in it to make sure that you put it in correctly. Fits on the little groove on there. Screw that tight. The next thing we use is the small little tiny bolt that came with it and the wire connector. Two of those joined together, you just simply screw it in here. This is just a connector holder for the wire. It just simply goes in like that, neat and tidy. After that, the final thing you need to do is you need to put a closing off connector on this cable because you're not using it. Then use the last bolt to simply bolt that on to the extension arm. Just keeps that tidy there, that cable, and that's your grip and collective all connected. So we can tighten those up. That's now ready to connect to the chair. So the chair mount comes with this part, and then all the bolts you see there. So we're going to have to see how easy it is to get all this onto the chair in order to mount the collective on it so we can use it. Just looking at the bottom of my chair and the armrest that's on it and the connection we need to put onto it, it looks like I'm going to have to use the spacers because I've got 4 bolts on mine which should adjust into that, but these 2 won't match up, so we're going to have to use spacers somewhere to try and space it on. I reckon we put the spacer there and we'll have to fit it on that way so that it fits on here. So what I'll do is I'll remove these 2 bolts and try them on and see. So what I've done is took out 2 of the screws. I'm going to use those along with the spacer. So we'll get spacers in there and we'll put it back on with the 2 spacers. Okay, so the spacers wouldn't work with the arm of the chair. So what I had to do is remove the arm for now. I will go and get longer bolts to put back in so I can put the arm back on. But for now we'll have to just do with the fitment for the collective and just do without the arm of the chair right now. So now we have that fitted, the next part needs to go on, which is this part here. So we need to fit that on to the extension of the chair, tighten up the screws on it. So this is the collective attached to my office chair. What we need to do now is jump into the sim, take a look at what it's like to have a collective with the helicopters.